You may not realize it yet, but your time is slipping away. Every second, every minute is precious. The real question is, what are you doing with that time? How many moments have passed without making them count? Time once spent is gone forever. That's the reality. Think about your life right now. Think about the things you're doing daily. Are they moving you closer to what you want? Are they adding joy, fulfillment, or growth? Or are you just passing the time, waiting for something to happen? The truth is, too many of us are simply drifting, losing hours to distractions, complaints, and habits that bring no real value to our lives. But here's the good news. You can change that. Right now, this very moment, you have the power to decide that from today onward, your time will be spent on things that matter. You have the opportunity to reclaim your days and live with intention. It's not too late. Look around you. What is it that truly matters in your life? Is it your family, your health, your dreams? We all know, deep down, what brings meaning to our existence. Yet so often, we let these things take a back seat to trivial distractions. We let the small things dominate our lives, while the big things, the things that really matter, get pushed aside. It's time to change that. It's time to stop giving your energy to things that drain you and start focusing on what lifts you up. Imagine how much more fulfilled you would feel if you dedicated your time to the things that truly make a difference in your life. If every day you woke up with a sense of purpose, knowing that what you do today will build a better tomorrow. We often spend too much time worrying about things we can't control, obsessing over things that don't contribute to our happiness or success. But happiness isn't in the distractions. It's in the moments you spend with the people you love. It's in the efforts you put into something meaningful. It's in the growth that comes from chasing your dreams. Too many people are living their lives on autopilot. They go through the motions day after day, not fully present, not truly living. It's as though they're waiting for some magical moment in the future when everything will fall into place. But that moment never comes, because life doesn't happen someday. It happens today. It happens right now. Don't wait for life to happen to you. Take control of it. Take control of your time, your focus, and your energy. Decide that you're going to live intentionally. Decide that you're going to make the most of the time you have, no matter how much or how little that may be. The present moment is all we have. It's the only thing we can be sure of. Yet, so many of us waste it, either by dwelling on the past or worrying about the future. But when you focus on the present, something incredible happens. You start to truly live. Being present allows you to appreciate the beauty that's all around you. It helps you focus on the things that really matter. When you're fully present, you see the joy in the simple moments, in a conversation with a loved one, in the satisfaction of working toward your goals, in the quiet moments of reflection. Living in the present is about letting go of what you can't change and embracing what you can. It's about focusing on what's in front of you and making the most of it. That's how you make your time meaningful. That's how you stop letting your days slip by. Life is too short to spend it waiting for the right time. Too short to fill it with things that don't bring joy, purpose, or progress. You have the ability, right now, to make a choice. You can choose to live fully. You can choose to spend your time on the things that light you up inside, on the things that matter most. What does that look like? It looks like spending time with the people you love, chasing the dreams you're passionate about, and embracing the moments that make life worthwhile. It looks like letting go of the trivial distractions that take up space in your life and filling that space with experiences that bring meaning and fulfillment. You don't have to wait for some perfect moment to start living this way. You can start now. You can start today. Life is happening right now, and it's yours for the taking. Think about the things that truly matter to you. What brings you joy? What fills you with a sense of purpose? What makes you feel alive? Those are the things that deserve your time. Those are the things you should be focusing on. It's easy to get caught up in the busyness of life. It's easy to let distractions and obligations take over your day. But if you're not careful, you'll find that your days are filled with things that don't really matter to you. And before you know it, weeks, months, even years will have passed, and you'll wonder where all the time went. But it doesn't have to be that way. You can choose to make time for the things that matter. You can choose to prioritize the things that bring you joy and fulfillment. And when you do, you'll find that life becomes richer, more meaningful, and more satisfying. There is so much joy to be found in life if you just take the time to see it. It's in the small moments, the little victories, the connections you make with others. It's in the laughter of a friend, the comfort of a loved one, the satisfaction of a job well done. But you won't experience that joy if you're too busy focusing on the things that don't matter. You won't see the beauty around you if you're caught up in distractions, complaints, and worry. You have to make the choice to see the good, to appreciate the little things, and to focus on what truly brings you happiness. Joy isn't something you have to wait for. It's something you can create right now by choosing to focus on what matters. By choosing to spend your time wisely. By choosing to live fully in the present. So much time is wasted worrying about things we can't control. We waste energy stressing over things that are out of our hands, things that don't add any real value to our lives. But here's the truth. You can't control everything. You can't change the past. You can't predict the future. But what you can do is control how you spend your time right now. Let go of what you can't control. Let go of the things that drain your energy and bring you down. Instead, focus on what you can control, your actions, your mindset, your choices. You have the power to choose how you spend your time. You have the power to decide what matters most to you. When you let go of what you can't control, you free up your time and energy for the things that matter. You open yourself up to new possibilities, new opportunities, and new experiences. And that's when life starts to get really good. Here's the most important thing to remember. You have the power to create change in your life. You have the power to decide how you're going to spend your time, what you're going to focus on, and how you're going to live. You don't have to keep going through the motions. You don't have to keep wasting time on things that don't matter. You can choose to live intentionally. You can choose to make the most of your time, to focus on the things that bring you joy, purpose, and fulfillment. You can choose to create a life that you love, but it's up to you. No one else can do it for you. No one else can make the decision to change how you spend your time. You have to make that choice. You have to decide that you're going to live fully, that you're going to focus on what matters, and that you're going to make every moment count. It doesn't matter how much time you've wasted in the past. It doesn't matter how many distractions you've let take over your life. What matters is what you do from here on out. What matters is that you have the power to change right now. It's not too late to start living the life you want. It's not too late to start focusing on what really matters. You still have time to make a change, to take control of your life, and to start living with intention. You don't have to wait for tomorrow. You don't have to wait for the right moment. The right moment is now. The time to start is today. What would your life look like if you started living with purpose? If every action you took, every decision you made, was aligned with the things that matter most to you? Imagine the sense of fulfillment you'd feel. Imagine waking up every day knowing that you're moving closer to your goals, that you're spending your time on things that bring meaning and joy to your life. Living with purpose doesn't mean you have to have everything figured out. It doesn't mean you need to know exactly where you're going or how you're going to get there. It simply means that you're intentional about how you spend your time. It means you focus on the things that matter, on the things that move you forward, on the things that bring you closer to the life you want. When you live with purpose, you stop wasting time on distractions. You stop spending your days chasing things that don't add value to your life. Instead, you focus on what's important, and as a result, your life becomes more meaningful, more joyful, and more fulfilling. To live with purpose, you need to discover what brings you joy. What are the things that make you feel alive? What are the things that fill your heart with happiness? Too often, we get caught up in doing what we think we're supposed to do instead of doing what we love. Take a moment to think about the things that make you happy. Is it spending time with your family? Is it working on a passion project? Is it helping others? Is it pursuing a dream you've had for years but have been too afraid to chase? Whatever it is, those are the things that matter. Those are the things that deserve your time and attention. When you focus on what brings you joy, you'll find that everything else falls into place. You'll find that you're more motivated, more energized, and more fulfilled. You'll find that the distractions that once seemed so important fade into the background. Because when you're doing what you love, there's no room for the things that don't matter. One of the biggest reasons people waste time is because they're too busy chasing approval from others. They're too concerned with what people think, too focused on trying to fit in, too worried about how they'll be perceived. But here's the truth. You will never find happiness or fulfillment by trying to please others. You will never live a life of purpose if you're constantly seeking validation from outside sources. Stop chasing approval. Stop worrying about what other people think. The only opinion that matters is your own. The only person you need to impress is yourself. When you let go of the need for approval, you free yourself to live authentically. You free yourself to focus on the things that matter to you, not the things that others expect of you. When you stop caring about what others think, you'll find that you have more time, more energy, and more freedom to pursue the things that bring you joy. You'll find that you're no longer wasting time trying to fit into someone else's mold. Instead, you'll be living a life that's true to who you are. The people you surround yourself with have a huge impact on how you spend your time. If you're surrounded by people who waste their time, who complain, who bring negativity into your life, it's going to be much harder for you to stay focused on what matters. But if you're surrounded by people who lift you up, who encourage you, who inspire you, it becomes easier to stay on track. Take a look at the people in your life. Are they helping you grow, or are they holding you back? Are they pushing you to be the best version of yourself? Or are they dragging you down with negativity and distractions? It's important to surround yourself with people who share your values, who support your goals, and who encourage you to make the most of your time. When you have a strong support system, when you're surrounded by positive influences, you'll find that you're more motivated, more focused, and more inspired to live with purpose. You'll find that it's easier to stay on track and to focus on the things that matter most to you. Living with purpose isn't just about focusing on your goals and dreams. It's also about taking care of yourself. It's about making sure that you're healthy, both physically and mentally, so that you can be the best version of yourself. Because when you're not taking care of yourself, when you're exhausted, stressed, or overwhelmed, it's much harder to stay focused on what matters. Self-care isn't a luxury. It's a necessity. It's about making sure that you have the energy and the mental clarity to pursue your dreams. It's about taking the time to rest, to recharge, and to take care of your body and mind. When you take care of yourself, you're able to show up fully in your life. You're able to give your best to the things that matter most to you. You're able to focus on your goals, your relationships, and your passions without feeling burnout or overwhelmed. So, make self-care a priority. Make sure that you're getting enough sleep, eating well, exercising, and taking time to relax. Because when you take care of yourself, you're able to give more to the things that truly matter. It's important to recognize that change doesn't happen overnight. You're not going to transform your life in a single day. But what you can do is make small, consistent changes that add up over time. And as you make those changes, it's important to celebrate your progress. Every step you take toward living a more purposeful life is a step in the right direction. Every decision you make to focus on what matters is a victory. So, celebrate those wins, no matter how small they may seem. Because every win brings you closer to the life you want. When you celebrate your progress, you're acknowledging the effort you're putting in. You're recognizing that change is possible and that you're capable of making it happen. And that's a powerful motivator to keep going, to keep pushing forward, and to keep focusing on what matters most. You're going to make mistakes along the way. You're going to have days when you fall back into old habits, when you get distracted, when you waste time. And that's okay. What's important is that you learn from those mistakes and use them as an opportunity to grow. Every mistake is a lesson. Every setback is a chance to reflect on what went wrong and how you can do better next time. Instead of beating yourself up over your mistakes, use them as a tool for growth. Use them as a way to get better, to improve, and to stay focused on what matters. Remember, progress isn't about being perfect. It's about making an effort every day to live with purpose, to focus on what's important, and to make the most of your time. What do you want your life to look like? What kind of person do you want to be? What kind of impact do you want to have on the world? These are the questions you need to ask yourself as you work toward living a more purposeful life. Creating a vision for your life gives you direction. It gives you something to work towards, something to focus on. When you have a clear vision of what you want, it becomes easier to make decisions about how to spend your time. It becomes easier to prioritize the things that matter and to let go of the things that don't. Take some time to think about what you want your life to look like. Write it down. Be specific. What are your goals? What are your dreams? What kind of person do you want to be? When you have a clear vision, you'll find that it's easier to stay on track and to focus on the things that matter most. One of the most powerful ways to live with purpose is to cultivate a mindset of gratitude. When you focus on what you're grateful for, you're less likely to waste time on things that don't matter. You're more likely to appreciate the things you have, to cherish the people in your life, and to make the most of every moment. Gratitude shifts your focus from what's lacking to what's abundant. It reminds you that there is so much good in your life, so much to be thankful for. And when you focus on that, when you live with gratitude, you'll find that you're more present, more joyful, and more fulfilled. Living with gratitude doesn't mean that everything in your life is perfect. It means that you choose to focus on the good, even when things are difficult. It means that you recognize the value of the people, experiences, and opportunities in your life, and that you make the most of them. You have the power to change your life. You have the power to stop wasting time, to start focusing on what matters, and to live with purpose. It's not about being perfect. It's not about getting everything right all the time. It's about making a conscious decision every day to live with intention, to focus on what brings you joy, and to make the most of your time. Your time is now. The opportunity to live the life you want is right in front of you. All you have to do is take it.